catching in there.
I think with the driver, the frustration, though, most definitely, because it's a club we want to get some distance with. I get that, okay. And it's, although the old phrase "drive for show, putt for dough," if you can't hit the fairway and you're at the club 14 times and you're reloading 6 times and chipping out trees the other 8 times, no matter how good your putting is, you ain't going to score anywhere near a score you want to try and shoot. If you can get down the fairway a reasonable distance in play 8-9 times out of 10, you've got a chance of scoring, okay. Doesn't guarantee a good score. A good driver doesn't mean you're going to score well, but a bad driver will guarantee you score badly, or certainly help the fact you're going to score badly. Okay, so setup wise is very, very good. Tension wise is getting better. Same with the irons, the first few things looking really nicely, but where you try to get power, you get tense. You try to almost muscle it through the golf ball, okay, rather than allowing the arms to fold up correctly. So this was your old swing here, okay. Backswing, top of the backswing is great. From here now, you've got to feel that club face. You've got to travel all the way down there, back to that golf ball, where your right shoulder's travelling there. So that red line around here is a lot bigger than that red line in there. So the club's got to start falling and dropping this way. If we start pull, your hands now have probably gone past the ball at this point. Okay, about there I would say. As you then swing through the left elbows, pulling, left elbows pulling through. It's almost like the club's heavy and trying to almost heave it left, just to help the golf ball go somewhere in this direction. Okay, what we've got to kind of, this is a shorter backswing obviously, okay, well not too much shorter, but from here now allow this club to here to catch up. So when your elbow comes through here now, the elbow's down. You see that ball now sort of starting to swing towards the left of that green line, and the elbow's down. It's a shorter follow through because the swing wasn't very, very long in terms of, but that's the sort of move we've got to try and do. Is your hands have got to start moving down this way, not out to the golf ball. If you're going to try and hit a baseball or a tennis ball, you wouldn't throw your hands to the ball. Your hands would work inside the ball, i.e. down in here, rather than out to the golf ball this way. But a lot of the moves that people make to try and stop a golf ball going over here is, I'm going to swing the golf club in that direction. By some means of left elbow pulling, right shoulder shoving, hands going, all these moves we're trying to do. If we can make some of those swings, those one-handed swings are quite good just to get the feeling of the club. The split hand grip where you literally hold the club with about a hand's gap between your two hands, that gives you a feeling of how the arms are sort of fold and rotate and hinge and unhinge better, okay? And in some ways, as daft as it may sound, hitting some shots with a sort of tennis ball, tennis racket kind of thing, that's a good mindset because it means your hands are going to generally swing under the shoulders. If you're hitting a tennis ball down here somewhere where the ball would be, your right hand would want to work under your shoulder. You want to hit a golf ball going this way. Yeah. You certainly wouldn't throw your hands to the ball, would you? No. You'd throw your hands to the inside of the ball this way, and it all start coming down nicely underneath and allowing that club face to travel the 10 times further than the body it does to catch up. Because the moment as you're coming to impact, your club is about a foot behind everything, left behind slightly open. When you slow it down, i.e. the body movement, the pulling, the club has a bit of a chance to catch up, and it squares up a smidge. The ball goes straighter, okay? Doesn't have as much speed, so therefore less spin, so it doesn't spin so much off the side. But is it worth hitting a driver 150 when you can hit a driver 220, 230, and your 7 can go 150? Yeah. You want to hit your driver over 200 yards. You can hit the ball over 200 yards with a driver, but if we try to add distance, the more distance you try to add because of the way you add distance, creates more of an accuracy problem. Yeah. So it's a sacrifice of accuracy and distance what you're going to try and do. So if we can get that club head speed, get the club catching up, almost like the club's almost overtaking the centre part of your body, as we said. So as you're coming back into impact, if the zip on my jacket now is the centre of me and that's pointing at the ball here, as I get here, that club's going to almost overtake there. If I've done this, and I'm pointing to the left of the ball and the club's still behind me, unless you have massive amount of hand action, which is not going to be consistent because the club's then doing this through impact, face rotation we talked about, you're going to be slicing the ball. So allow that body to slow down for that club to catch up again. That's the big thing. When we swing the club feels slower, it's because the body's putting less effort into it. And in some ways, I think some of those drives you hit there where you're doing no swing with the body, you weren't losing as much distance as you were swinging less, if that makes sense. So your full swings were 100% and it was going 200 yards in the trees. When you swung at 30% or 25% as it felt to you, you weren't hitting the ball 50 yards, you were in over 100 yards. Yeah. Okay, yeah. But because the movement was better and it felt smoother, we were still getting the club head speed. Okay, so it's a bit of work with that club face, a couple of drills to go on the range and practice the split hand grip, some one arm swings, okay, get that left elbow working effectively, okay, and just set yourself a target on the range. Okay, right, I'm going to aim towards a tree or a marker. I'm not going to start going full swing until I can get 5 out of 5 in a row left of that marker and staying left with, in some ways, not so much slice. There's no point in the ball starting 30 yards left and still curving left to right back to the centre. There's still going to be a slice when the full swing comes in. It's got to be a club face closing up properly, hitting the ball left the right way, not your pull to sort of start it left with the elbows and the shoulders and so on. Okay?
I like that, yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
Good man, okay.